Ladies and gentlemen, now today we are on the content creator beta. I wish this was the live version of the game, but we've taken 6-star Apocalypse up to rank 3. We're going to chuck on 4 boosters, so we're going to go for everything, mutant power booster included as well. And we're going to take this guy first into Cavalier Difficulty, and then probably Realm of Legends, Labyrinth of Legends, and then I also want to try him against the Thing in the Abyss as well. I'm not too sure he's going to be too great for that fight, but he might be alright. Man, we're gonna see, but again, this is like, you know, maximum Apocalypse potential. He can also work if you use a lot of potions with the Suicide Masteries, but today we're not going to use the Suicide Masteries and just kind of stick to unsuicide gameplay as well. But I think with all the boosters, man, you know, it should be a pretty big damage increase. So I'm very curious to play around with him. I've played around with him a lot of 5-star rank 3. We've done a couple of videos on that power level. And even at 5-star rank 3, he can get Cavalier. So yeah, 6-star rank 3. Dude, look at that. 72,000 hit points there. It's a pretty big chunk, man. A lot of buffer. And this guy, again, he doesn't even need to be awakened to see any of the damage that you're going to see today. We're not going to see his awakened ability at all today, because it's just regeneration if you, don't fight with him. For every match, like, a mutant wins, I believe, he gains, like, a massive chunk of regeneration. But let's have a look at that cannon, man. Okay, right, that was a bit of a misplay there. He's going for a heavy attack. And with this node, I think we want to bait out one more special 1 if we can. And then go straight into special 2. And it should be game over. Like, every single hit, man, was dealing like 8,000 additional damage there. So that was working out quite well. Just going to turn the volume down a touch on my end, man. It was a little bit, loud during that match. But here, we're going to go north, so we don't need to deal with that annoying Matador node again. And there are some fairly interesting matches to test him out. We've got Hawkeye, we've got Drax. Another one that he should be really good for is Kingpin as well, because opponents can't shrug off like any debuffs versus Apocalypse. And this is crazy for so many nodes. The most notable interaction though, which we showcased during the 5-star rank 3 video, also a little bit in the 6-star rank 2 one, is versus Masochism, because that means he can just completely ignore the Masochism node. And also on this this Cavalier chapter, there is a global biohazard node, so we've already developed immunity to bleed, but one of the things Apocalypse doesn't have is immunity to poison, so that's a little bit unfortunate there. But again, these Cavalier health balls, man, are very, very chunky. There's a lot going on. I think another special one's going to be plenty of overkill in all fairness. Like, even after the first SP1, man, he's hitting really, really hard. But the ideal ramp up for maximum damage on Apocalypse, and again, we will explore this a little bit more when it comes to Realm of Legends and also the Abyss, is like Special 1, Special 2, and then Special 3. Because Special 3 makes all of your debuffs infinite, and also doubles their potency as well. So yeah, the effects from it are pretty damn ridiculous, man. They're really, really good. Okay, nice. Let's go for SP1 here. Let's get the poison on Drax. Nice little cannon blast as well. My god, I want this guy on the live version of the game so badly, lads. We got so shafted on the Cavaliers yesterday. And here, now that we've got the opponent in the corner, he's got a really nice heavy animation for just chaining on heavies in the corner. And that can work really nicely with his, stun through block as well. Let's go for double medium here, straight into a special 2. See some of those big old numbers, and Drax is straight in the bin. We don't really even get close to his damage ramp up in these fights, man. He just cuts through them so incredibly quickly. But yeah, you know, 4 boosted, 4 synergies. It's got some really nice damage output. But I think one of the things it highlights as well is just how large his health pool is. It's got a really large health pool. And one of the things here, again, in the Kingpin matchup, we don't need to worry about debuffs being shrugged off. So any annoying skill champions like Kingpin, Crossbones, Agent Venom, any tenacity nodes as well that have like a 50 to 70% chance to shrug off debuffs, just you don't need to worry about. I'm just going to go for a double medium here, straight into SP1. And Apocalypse, the brunt of his damage really is off those special attacks. But they hit harder and have additional red damage for every single debuff on the opponent. So yeah, you ideally need a special 1 and special 2 before you start seeing the max damage. And again, those debuffs that you get off the special attacks, you refresh using the heavy attack. But here, the special 2 is going to hit like a friggin' truck. So if we fire that off... Oh, actually, no, he went into Overpower and cleansed the debuffs there. I didn't know Kingpin did that. That's a little bit annoying when it comes to Apocalypse's damage output there. But it's alright, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, the fact that he doesn't shrug off, you know, the regular debuffs does make him a lot less annoying to fight. Let's move on to the Red Guardian matchup, and then we're also going to go for the final Magic matchup as well. I think having such a crazy, like, health pool is going to make him quite good for the Magic matchup. But also, when I was initially testing out the 6-star rank 2, because one of the debuffs that he does have off his special 2 is ability accuracy reduction. That was working really well against Magic for reducing the amount that she proc Limbo. So that was pretty sweet. But let's go for SP1 here, mate. Fantastic. Right, let's retaliate in. Fire off the blast there. And go for another combo. Okay, quickly dodge that SP1. Dude, I want Red Guardian so badly, man. Okay, let's go for a full another combo here. Can we rush to a special 2? Okay, we can't get through that block. We can go quickly for another 3 combos straight into special 2. And with all those debuffs, man, he is more than dead with a nice little chunk of overkill. I don't think we've seen like too much benefit from the Mutant Power Booster. And I think as far as Mutant Power Booster synergies are concerned, it needs to be like either the yellow or the white damage from the actual hit. And I think a good portion of Apocalypse's, special damage does come from the red damage. So yeah, it might not seem like, a lot at first, because Apocalypse's damage is spread over a lot of debuffs and a lot of red hits as well. But once you add everything up, his output is quite impressive, man. Like at every power level I've played him, he doesn't really feel like too much of a noodle. But again, he does require a bit of team building in order to make him work. You want ideally at least Cable on the team. But Cable is far from a dud when paired with Apocalypse. He becomes really, really good. Right, let's attack in. Another combo straight into special 1. Should be enough to get Hitmonkey down there. Yeah, that was some really good burst, man. We just tore through that fight. Awesome. I also did so much testing, just like off stream, off video. I really wish I recorded some more of it. But I was doing all sorts of fun runs in like Act 7 with Apocalypse. Because, yeah, he works so well for so many lanes that they've put into that. Alright, so we're at Magic. I just realised I didn't have my phone on charge there as well, so I've just plugged that in. But let's use a couple of health potions here. I think we go for a few of these, get Apocalypse fully topped up. Need to buy some level 5 health potions out of the CCP store. But let's go for this Magic matchup here. And as long as I don't get, like, absolutely nuked on the inverted controls, we should be alright. We can get a lot more damage as well for the power that we give her just by spamming heavy attacks. Kind of similar to Warlock, and that's why his heavy attack is so valuable in all sorts of matchups. But I think here, let's go for SP1. Let's go for another SP1. Hopefully we don't get a trigger there. But also, the thing, one of the debuffs that you do have off the SP1 is an attack reduction, which again can be doubled via the SP3 as well. So with that attack reduction and also the ability accuracy reduction, he's actually quite decent for getting through Magic. Again, it depends on like the first Limbo proc RNGs and also how tanky your Apocalypse is. But yeah, he can work out quite nicely. But let's go straight into SP2 there. And there we go, Magic is in the bin. We got a lot of power back via that fight as well. But even the 6-star rank 2 unboosted took her down like fairly cleanly. So yeah, I'm liking it, man. The more you play Apocalypse, the more I found that you just find all sorts of like cool uses for him in matchups. He really does feel like, I said this in the initial Apocalypse video, but for me, he's kind of like the mutant Warlock of 2020. I think like he doesn't seem like crazy impressive maybe the first time you play him, but when you build out the right teams and bring him to all sorts of scenarios, you just see that he's got like all of this crazy value for certain matchups. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Apocalypse, man. I think he's probably my favorite character of 2020 so far. And I'm a little bit tempted, because I know he's going to be in the next featured 6-star hero crystal. He's not going to be in the next 5-star one, unfortunately. So it's going to be so long before he's in a 5-star. But the fact that he doesn't need to be awakened to be really good is kind of tempting me to save up for the next featured 6-star. But also, I really want Dr. Doom, who's in the basics as well. So it's a bit of a decision to make there. But let's check out this this Winter Soldier matchup right here, man. Okay, we can get through the block there, going for another combo. Straight into SP2. Am I going to be able to refresh those debuffs, though? If he goes straight into SP2, I might not be able to. Should have gone for a counter there. Oh, actually, we should be good on this one, man. Right, there we go. Just single tap, straight into another SP2, and he should be going down. Again, if you look at all those red numbers, man, they really do add up pretty damn quickly. 63 hits there on Winter Soldier. Oh, that matchup went fast, man. That went really, really fast. Right, let's try out Captain Marvel next and see how that works out for us. You just feel like a god, man. I really, really want 6-star Apocalypse on live, but such a low chance to get him from the Cavalier crystals. It's mental. Okay, in this matchup, I totally forgot, but against poison immune champions, you always want to go for the SP2 first. Because if you can't apply your poison off the special one, then that's going to limit the damage a bit. And again, that is a matchup and scenario that's going to be slightly unfavorable for Apocalypse. Let's go in for another combo here, straight into SP2. See if we get a cheeky refresh at some point. I think we're probably going to lose the weakness from the SP1, but it's okay. We can go in for another combo here. Apply the weakness again. Going to be loads of additional damage, like just over 5,000 per extra hit there off the SP1. Let's go for a refresh. And I think here's KO Captain Marvel. If we get to the special 2, it might just be enough. And one of the really good things about Apocalypse as well, he's got a really clean, like, heavy animation. So you can chain into the first hit of heavy and then go straight into a special attack. So I always appreciate characters that have like a smooth transition like that, because it just allows you sometimes to get out of bad situations, or get like, you know, one additional hit to get a little bit more power to push up to a special 2. So yeah, I found him, like, when I first picked up the character for the first, like, I think it was like 30 minutes or so, I found him like a bit big, and he felt like a little bit clunky, but then once I got used to him, he just feels really good. The special attacks in comparison to other characters are a little bit slower as well, because he's got so many hits to them, which again in certain scenarios, like when you're fighting a Bane node for example, can actually be really, really useful. Here as well, we've gone straight for the special 2, because with the ability accuracy reduction, there's a chance that Juggernaut is not going to be able to trigger his Unstoppable. And if that happens, that is a pretty good time. But he's been really good so far, and he hasn't thrown like any special attacks. But even in fights and scenarios like this, we just don't have, you know, we're not given the opportunity for us to get to our special 3, because the fight's going to be over in another special 2. But yeah, matchups where he can't apply one or more of his debuffs, or where he takes a bit of a damage penalty. I think for good measure here, we'll just fire off the SP3. So again, the really cool effect of the special 3 is it doubles the potency of every single debuff. So double ability accuracy reduction, I think it makes it 70% ability accuracy reduction, I think the weakness is 50% attack reduction, and then also your debuffs get doubled. So you can see here, like every single second, we've now turned him into a void that's dealing about 3,000 damage. So you could just play him now like Quake style in the corner, and just, yeah, let all those debuffs tick. You don't need to ever refresh them once you fired off the special 3. So for certain matchups and scenarios in the future, again, I'm not too sure which ones, but that could give him kind of a void type play style. And we know from various stuff that's popped up in Act 6, like just how valuable that can be in the right matchup. Again, I'm not too sure which matchups it could be, but I'm sure people are going to find a use for it, man. Right, let's interrupt. And the block break is one of my favorite things, man. Straight into stun. Just allows you to be like very aggressive, kind of create these new openings. You only get it like once every 12 seconds. But once every 12 seconds is plenty. Right, let's go straight into Special 2 here. Getting a little bit of benefit from the power booster, not too much. Professor X, like, he definitely benefits from those power boosters a fair bit more. Professor X with a power booster is ridiculous, man. So yeah, Apocalypse, at least in my opinion, doesn't really need the power booster. Hasn't really like done too much for us this run so far. Gives us a little bit more power gain, but it's not too crazy. Alright, let's go for another SP2 here. But yeah, I think DPS-wise, he's still not like the highest damage output character. But I know before the release of Apocalypse, based off the initial deep dive, people were saying that he's going to be a bit of a noodle. I think he's quite far from a noodle, at least in my opinion. He's got some quite nice numbers. Especially if you do the full ramp up, man. Again, the damage potential just keeps on scaling up and up very nicely. But let's go for one more matchup. We'll go for Storm, and then we're going to jump into the Labyrinth of Legends. And we'll take on Red Hulk and see how that goes. Maybe Old Man Logan, maybe Elektra as well. But one thing that's going to be a bit annoying in Labyrinth is the Limber node. Are we super ideal for Apocalypse? But the thing is, if you can get off a Special 3, then we don't need to worry about like weaving in heavy attacks to refresh our debuffs. So, should be fine if we can do that. Let's go for another heavy attack here. But there are a lot of opportunities like baiting out certain characters' specials and heavy attacks, where you can kind of open up a counter scenario. Right, let's go for it. Going to be a bit cheeky with this one. There we go. Straight into another heavy attack as well. Oh, that's really nice. Okay, another 5 combo, Special 2. Hostile slam there. Let's dodge that. Another SP1. Finish off the match quite nicely against Storm. So yeah, I didn't think we had any like special Mr. Sinister buff there as well. So yeah, that's it for the Realm Legends showcase, man. Again, just tearing everything apart. Let's move on to Labyrinth of Legends now and see how he performs there. Now, thinking about Apocalypse or Labyrinth, he's probably not going to be like that great for Red Hulk at the start, just because Red Hulk has poison immunity, so he loses a little bit of damage there. But thinking about some deeper fights, like Unstoppable Colossus and Magic, are two really annoying ones for a lot of first runners. So yeah, I think he's going to be quite good for those. I doubt we'll get to either today, man, but the ability accuracy reduction and also the attack reduction could be really, really big for those fights. But hopefully this Red Hulk wants to play quite aggressive today. I'm trying not to use like any of the parry stuns just yet, because we do have a limited amount of stuns, and I want to go for the Special 2 first here. Right, smash him with a combo. Come on, mate, another SP1. Perfect. Play him right into the hand there. Let's fire off that chunky SP2. Cool, cool. Oh, yeah, and also... Oh, dude, that's really, really good. So it looks like his, what is it, evade counter thing applies to Labyrinth as well. So once we get 10 evades in Labyrinth, then the opponent can't evade anymore. So a lot of, like, evade counter mechanics for new characters, for some reason, they just, like, never work in Labyrinth. But hopefully this one actually works, man, and the icon just isn't popping up. Because, yeah, I know so many of them just don't work. Alright, let's go for a heavy attack there. So we just need one Special 3, and then we can make all of the debuffs permanent. And then we, yeah, don't need to worry about the refresh, so fingers crossed. Okay, I'm going to need to bait out SP2. Come on, big fella. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we go for it, man. Maybe we go for it. We actually might need to tank Red Hawk's Special 3 here, but with the health pool that we have and Adrenaline, should be alright. I should have just been a bit more patient, though. But hey, if we can tag a Labyrinth boss SB3, that's a pretty good sign. Plus, actually, he does have 50% weakness on him. So this is a Special 3 tanking showcase here. Look at this, mate. Easy game, easy life. I think Labyrinth bosses have something that increases like their SB3 damage by a little bit as well. But now we can get a bit of that back via Adrenaline. But I think we want to go for Special 2s in this fight. I think. Alright, come on, big man. And also, just via the single degen debuff is dealing like, what is it, almost 2,000 damage every single second on this encounter. So, yeah, he's kind of just nuking himself down. It's like we've got a mini apocalypse on his shoulders, just beating him up. So, like, while we were baiting out that attack, man, I think he dealt, was it 2% of his maximum health? Some all the degen damage. Took a while to bait out that one, though. Let's go. Come on, dude. I swear Labyrinth AI, it just sometimes doesn't play ball. Sometimes it's amazing, though. But sometimes it just is not playing any games. Alright, let's go straight into another SBT. I've only triggered 2 evades so far. And that evade reduction is going to stay with us for the rest of Labyrinth as well. If we were to go deeper. I'm just trying to think about like a fight that he wouldn't be good for on initial path. I don't think there's anybody he's really bad for. At least to the best of my memory. I think big old Colossus boy as well would be quite good for. Just any robots on easy path? I don't think so. As long as you go the Colossus way, not the Vision way. I think he'd be too great for Vision, but I guess he could work for Vision. But yeah, Vision, you probably wouldn't want to bring him for. Be a bit of a slug. But however, if you brought like Magneto on the team as well, had a decent ranked up Magneto, would work out quite nice. Obviously, 5-star rank 5 or 6-star rank 2, you're going to be seeing numbers a little bit less than this. But this, again, is not the best fight for Apocalypse, because we are missing all of the poison damage over time, plus we are missing additional damage on all of our special attacks. And Red Hulk has, like, crazy physical resistance. It's like the pre-buffed version, who used to be, like, one of the biggest tanks in the game. He's still pretty tanky, man. But this one's just stupid tanky in Labyrinth. Right, let's go. Come on. Unload the clip there, son. Let's do it, mate. Tank, with this health pool, man, outside of the enrage, we can tank a few more SB3s. Okay, a few more, a couple more. Alright, come on, fella. I guess as well, if he does actually counter evade, you could probably bring him for the Spider-Man fight as well. And I think with all of the debuffs, he probably worked for like Labyrinth of Legends X23. But yeah, thinking about more of the problem fights, man, I think he'd be pretty sick for a lot of stuff. I think Abomination's probably one of the fights he wouldn't work for. I think he is metal, so I don't think he'd work for Magneto when it comes to 100%. Probably wouldn't be that great for the Groot fight either. So yeah, Aegon's still like by far the king of Labyrinth, man. Aegon just works for like I think everything in Labyrinth. I'm pretty sure everybody's somebody's got a solo on like every single Labyrinth boss of Aegon, or like almost every single Labyrinth boss of Aegon. But this is just Aegon's playground, man. But hey, I do foresee like people using Apocalypse for Labyrinth potentially in the future. However, let's get him. Do we want to get him topped up just a little bit? Let's go for it, mate. So I'm just going to quickly go to the store here. We're going to buy some health potions. Probably should have, yeah, just quickly put in 25, but hey, doesn't matter, lads. Let's go back. Again, topped up to full here. So 2 of these. And then let's dive into the Old Man Logan fight. These next couple of fights, I'm very interested to see the performance. And then I do want to try, like, Abyss of Legends thing as well. Old Man Logan hopefully should be a bit easier to refresh some of these debuffs on. Right, can we get a nice little intercept here? Perfect. And again, this fight's really, really nice because we can, yeah, get the poison off. Let's go for a refresh there. We get another one? Oh, we can? It's alright, I was a bit too slow there. Cool, cool. Oh, we got the Fury buff this fight as well from Mr. Sinister. It's amazing. And again, all of his synergies for stuff outside of Act 6 can also work on the 3-star versions of all these characters. The heavy chains are quite fun, man. Okay, right, so again, this being a bigger fight, we're going to go Special 3. We're going to double all of the debuffs. Let's go for it, mate. I can already feel the damage is, like, so much more in this fight than the previous one. Oh, that was a good stomp, man. Good stomp. Did we bypass the damage cap there? We didn't. The ability accuracy reduction could also cause a bypass in the damage cap. Oh, that was a bit of a risky combo. But yeah, now we're dealing just over 3,000 passive damage per second. On top of our regular source of damage output. And again, the fact that this is permanent, and he's even ticking when you bane out special attacks. Insane value on that. As every high-tier Void player knows. Yeah, we're destroying this, man. Also, his regeneration, like, really isn't that big. But the fact that we got debuffs for days, mate. It's just cancelling out the very small amount of regen that he had. Let's go. I'm excited for the Electrify as well. Hopefully we can get either the power gain or Fury buff off the Mr. Sinister synergy. I love the fact that once you do get to that SP3, it just removes the need for heavy attacks in the rotation. And that's just brilliant for longer form content ramp up. Right, let's go for it. Oh, mate. Special 2 is dealing some chunks there, boys. I like how if he, like, evades into block, you instantly stun as well. Okay, so he's got 100 evade stacks, so theoretically now, shouldn't be able to evade. But I swear the Labyrinth evade is so bugged that he's probably going to evade anyway. So, like, no new evade counter in the last 2 years has actually worked. And got rid of that Labyrinth node. There we go. You could, like, theoretically, I'm sure somebody's going to do this at some point, but make, like, a clickbait video, like, Labyrinth Electra down in, like, 10 hits or something like that, like 10, 15 hits, and then just get hit or take blocked hits, still have special 1, and then special 2, and then just spend, like, the rest of the fight evading. I think somebody will probably do that at some point, but let's go for the Electra matchup. But yeah, it was 191 hits against Old Man Logan. Again, for a 6-star rank 3, he's still not the best damage dealer out there. We don't have any additional power gain or fury on this Electra fight, but we do have the class advantage. So let's just nuke in here. If I see an evade, I'm going to be really, really sad. We see no evades in this fight, though. It's going to be the best. Come on, Electro. There we go. Perfect. We punish into block. Amazing. Get perfectly to the SP2 there. See if we can bait that one out. Okay, nice. If we could, like, bait out SP2. So we're getting a heavy attack there. We're in a great position. Just plowing through this Electro man. Okay, 5 combos, straight into SP3. So then we make all of the debuffs permanent, and then we win. So that should be working out quite nice. I think overall, though, Professor X, in comparison to Apocalypse, at 6-star rank 3 fully boosted, impressed me more for Labyrinth. Just because he is stupid with a power booster and just gains so much back. So yeah, I think for Labyrinth, I'm not too sure if overall Professor X would be better, but he definitely work out quite nicely for certain fights. Right, come on, Electra. There we go. Jumping with another combo there, straight into another 5 combo, SB2. Bring her up over her special, and then we can just easily bait that out. But yeah, if you haven't already, I'd definitely watch the 6-star rank 3 fully boosted Professor X gameplay, because he's nuts. I think we got Electra down in like 80 hits or something. Because once you get him going with the prowess damage, man, it's just mental. And the power booster just gives him like so much power back, on top of his already like massive power reduction when he's spamming specials as well. But I think they both have their pros and cons for Labyrinth. Again, the good thing is, if you're a massive whale, or let's say in a year or two's time, maybe a few months' time if you're really, really lucky and you have the combination of both. Again, they work together quite well in the same team. So you could bring both into Labyrinth if you wanted to. Well, I do think they're not quite the best characters for content like Labyrinth. They're not like, not terrible options either. They can be viable. Like Labyrinth still has massive health balls in comparison to anywhere else in the game. And most champions that you bring in are going to be a little bit of a grind. But Aegon, if you have him, is always the answer, boys. Always the answer for Labyrinth. But there we go, 168 hits. Not too bad. She went down in some pretty good time there. But let's bail out now, and we're going to go for the final challenge today, which is to see how well he does against the Abyss of Legends thing, who is a dreadfully annoying fight. Really, really annoying encounter to deal with. But he's going to be immune to Bleed, but Bleed also reduces his rock stacks. So we kind of got a bit of utility there. We also have, again, the ability accuracy reduction to water down his rock stack gain. So I think that's what we want to go for first in the Thing matchup. And in Abyss, we do have access to, unlimited parries as well. So yeah, there's a few things we got going on. And yeah, I don't know if like he is able to overcome the Brand of the Abyss as well. Because there's a small chance to evade an Abyss, but it's actually been quite a while since I've done the Abyss of Legends or any fights in it. So yeah, we'll see how Apocalypse does for this Thing encounter, man. The Thing is he's a pain to deal with. I think just for like minimal rock stack gain, it's quite nice that you can give him lots of power via only 2 attacks. That's quite good. The stun through block actually might be a bit problematic if we mistime anything. I think like if we can get to a special 3 with like Laughing, we're in a great position. Should have the ability accuracy reduction, so you shouldn't get like the full 15 stacks here. Cool, cool. I need him to get up to 15 here ideally. Oh no. There's also a chance that the Unstoppable won't trigger. I think he's a bit messy for the Thing matchup, in all fairness. Oh no, the Bleed actually took a load of stacks off there. This might backfire on me. Oh yeah, I think he like failed the Unstoppable from the ability accuracy reduction. I believe that's what happened anyway. Right, come on lad, let's go. Let's get a special 2 out of you, mate. Thank you. Just going to go for another heavy attack. Get those rock stacks down again. Just another one. You can just like spam heavy attacks at this point, I guess. As long as you're staying aggressive enough not to trigger. And that's whittling his rock stacks down. I'm not too sure we want to test out the SP3 damage in the Abyss, though. Especially from Thing. But yeah, now after this, he's going to have 70% ability accuracy reduction, so we should barely be able to see him rock stacks. And on top of that as well, we can, like, even if we push him above 15, it should, like, cause the rock stacks to fail most of the time and not trigger Unstoppable. So yeah, this might be really, really good for controlling Thing in, like, bigger and longer scenarios like this. You can see he only got 1 stack of rock stack out of that combo, and then we can heavy counter. Would apply what would be the Bleed to get rid of it. I think the only problematic thing, just like thinking about this matchup now, is the special attacks have so many hits for Abyss that it's going to... because you only have like a certain amount of hits before the boss enrages. So you could theoretically take this fight a little bit slower and bank on the damage that is being, you know, dished out passively over time. But yeah, I think here, let's go for another SB2. Let's go for that damage and maybe a mix of the special 3 in there as well. But yeah, I think the way that you might want to play him in the Abyss versus various encounters is just like spamming heavy attacks and then maybe SB3. Because SB3, I think we can get around the damage cap as well. And this actually might be a really good way to play him with Suicide Masteries. Because yeah, the main con to Suicide Masteries is, you know, spamming your SB1 and Special 2. But to be honest, dude, he's doing really, really well for this Abyss Thing. Like, again, this is, like, not an easy fight. This is a really crazy fight. Thing's probably one of the most annoying bosses on the easy path in Abyss. And especially when you're going into this fight with, like, an unramped Aegon. Can just be a bit of a nightmare. But let's go for another SB3. I don't know if it doubles the potency again. I don't think it does. It'd be crazy if it did. Just kept on, like, doubling the potency and doubling it. Got protection there, so he's taking reduced damage from the debuffs. Right, come on, fella. Heavy counter, get that cheeky little refresh going on. Get those rock stacks down. Right, I think for the sake of damage, boys, let's go Special 2. I just want to, like, see how far we can potentially get him down here. Oh, no, we did trigger Unstoppable there. I think we got really unlucky, in all fairness. There was, like, something happening after that SP3 that's, like, messed up the ability accuracy reduction. Because he was getting, like, no rock stacks, and now he's getting loads. So I'm not too sure if we've just found a bug. Yeah, like, it's not... the ability accuracy reduction is, like, not working now. Well, We'll send that one over, man. That's really weird. Again, yeah, it's not working at all now after that second SP3. Yeah, nothing is... he's just gaining the rock stacks like normal. Oh, that's frightfully annoying. Okay, it's alright. We can play around this. There we go, guys. Kabam's QA department right here. Finding all of the fun interactions between these new characters and Abyss of Legends bosses. This is the annoying thing now. If I hit him twice, it block breaks, so I've just got to like punt him once. And if I block break, then I trigger unstoppable. So yeah, I don't want that. Okay, one more hit into the block. Oh, and also I'm triggering the enrage as well. So yeah, don't use the second special 3, lads, is the wonderful lesson that we've learned today. But we got him down like 50% on the first, like, just messing about try there. So that was pretty cool. And, oh no, is he just chaining special attacks into my oblivion now? Oh, no, we can, we can retaliate a bit. Let's go. This man's getting wrecked. Yeah, I'm just dead, mate. I'm just dead. But fair play, man. He actually did like a really, really solid chunk on that thing first try there. And again, that was far from a perfect play on one of the more difficult Abyss of Legends bosses. So yeah, overall, hopefully you enjoyed today's 6-star rank 3 Apocalypse showcase. And if you did, if you want to do me a massive favour, please smash that like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. But aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.